Hi guys, welcome back to another video um, where I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about how you have to stop hiding and you don't have to do it alone. Hi, I'm Demi. I am eat, sleep, and breathe everything about personal development and self-love and all the things. So yeah, welcome. So today we're going to talk about, because this is a 30-day series and everything, and so as it's ending, I've learned so much throughout this 30-day series as well. About a lot of things came up, let's just say that. And yeah, stop hiding. It's stunting your growth. Let's talk about this. So what I mean by that is I'll tell you guys a story. So throughout my life, I got older and I was in my rebellious phase. Rebellious in a way that I looked at the toxic traits and things, and I learned about all of the different toxic traits, the 48 laws of power, and learning dark psychology and all those things. And learning about what a narcissist would like during that time where like narcissists, all that was like very popular. Still kind of is, but it kind of died down. But then it was like really like new to me. And so when I found out about all these different things, I'm like putting meaning into the world on every different thing, and didn't realize that that was a little ungrounded of me. Because not everybody, one thing that I realized is not everybody is a narcissist. Sometimes it's you. And so, yeah. With that being said, and the reason why I say maybe it's you is because most of the time it is. It's actually very rare for you to run into an actual narcissist. And that's a whole nother program that I can explain on another time, but we have to learn how to take personal responsibility. Like, for instance, if something bad happened to you, and I'm not talking about like the most craziest example, I'm talking about the regular examples. We're not going into the extremes here, unless that has actually happened to you. Then you go to therapy, you go talk to the people who you need to talk to, because that is not me, obviously. So now that we have that all cleared up, yeah. So with that being said, we have to start taking responsibility. And when I started taking I think it's a book called Radical Responsibility or something like that. I haven't read it, but I can only imagine how powerful it could be, because I've been doing it myself and I haven't read the book. And radical responsibility is taking responsibility for your actions and the actions of others towards you. Like, what piece of me attracted this? And again, we're not talking about crazy experiences. We're talking about arguments and like, how did we get here? What piece of my puzzle got us here? And I feel like that is a very important piece, because not looking at that and not being open to that could be stunting your growth. And that's okay if you want to stay where you are. But here on my page, we don't want any of that anymore. So yeah. You have to learn how to take responsibilities for how that argument started. Was it your tone? Was it something that you said? Were you not emotionally attuned to the person and their needs? Is this somebody you care about? Why did you entertain this situation? You have to look at certain things like that. But yeah. And then when you get triggered, don't go into hiding. That is not, because I went through this, I relate to it so much. And so I'm just going to tell you guys what I went through. When I decided to cut my family off, when I learned about the word narcissist and triggers and trauma bond, all the things, the psychological things, I just started calling everybody this, labeling that, and this, and this. And what I didn't realize is that was a whole program within itself that was just to my demise. Yeah, because it's very rare that you're actually in that type of situation. And so, again, like I said, get the help that you need. I'm not your therapist. I'm not your doctor. I'm not your all the things. Yeah. So, yeah, you have to stop hiding. When you get triggered, when someone says, oh, don't say that, that triggers me. Don't say this. Why are you hiding from inner work? Stop hiding. When you stop hiding from inner work, that's actually where the change happens in your life. People want to talk about quantum leap. People want to talk about positive energy and positive experiences and manifesting their greatest reality, or God giving them miracles in their life and all these things. But if you're hiding, the miracle can't even reach you. The blessing can't reach you. Nobody can reach you. Because when I was in that phase, nobody could reach me because I was unreachable. I didn't make myself available to be triggered. I didn't make myself available to be around the people that I didn't like. And you can't, I realized that you can't really, I can't really function that way, because it's almost like putting yourself in jail. That's kind of what I can describe my personal experience with, because it felt like I was in jail. I would say I was healed. I would say things like, yeah, I've raised my vibration, I've raised all these little different things. But the whole time, I was running from the work the entire time and didn't even realize it. And also, take out the chunk, do this. Take out the chunk of right and wrong. Please just throw it out, throw it away. Because I've noticed that is something that kept me stuck. Oh, they're right and I'm wrong. That is pointing the finger. You saying right and wrong and left and right and all of that, that is pointing fingers. When you take radical responsibility, the only finger is this finger, this one. Finger, here. This is the only finger being pointed here. In every situation, here. Every situation that I went through, when I started doing this instead of this, my life changed completely. And I mean completely. People want to talk about quantum leap, radical responsibility. Just you are responsible for what happened. What part did you play in this? Okay, yes, okay, that happened. But what about here? That is what changed my life completely. In every single way. Every single aspect of my life. Every single pillar. Me. Just here. Not here. So if you can get that part, it can change your life completely. And if you can stop hiding. Because what you're doing is, for example, I was stunted. Emotionally stunted. And so when I went out in the world and someone triggered me, that would be the theme of my life. I would be addicted to chaos, addicted to the drama, addicted to talking about what happened to me. Oh, woe was me. Victim mindset. That is where we are when we are not taking responsibility. So when we are taking responsibility, it's what did I do in this situation? How can I do things better? How can I avoid the situation? And not avoid in the way of putting yourself in jail and not interacting with others. That's weird. You're basically going to jail and wasting your life away. And I'm gonna just say that because that's what it was. This whole I'm healed, I cut my family off and da-da-da-da. And my family, personally, they weren't like abuse, toxic, like not that. So if it's that, then like go get the help that you need. I don't know. I don't have anything for you for that. Yeah. Just go get the help that you need, okay? To get out of your situation, and then come back to my page so we can work on other things. Yeah. But yeah, when you are taking responsibility and not hiding, the triggers can now be seen and worked with. Like, say if somebody's teasing you and you take offense to it and you're like, oh my God, I don't like this. I don't like when they say this. I don't like when I say that. Well, did you ask them why they said it? Did you even question the thing? Because if you don't know a thing about bullies, go start reading some books about communication and how to deal with bullies. They will teach you those things. And then guess what? It won't be a part of your reality anymore because now you know what to do. This is why you have to stop hiding. This is something that I would tell myself because this is what I dealt with. And that's why I know it so well. Because I used to never understand, like, why are they picking on me? Oh my God, I'm so triggered. Oh my God, I don't like when they talk about this. Or I would find myself having a conversation about like the thing that they're talking about. I'm like, hey, I don't really like it when you say, no. That is actually making them want to do it more. Once I realized like human nature and like learning, just like human nature and like what happens. Like you have to be mean the first time. If you're not mean the first time, you're gonna have to explain your life away over and over and over and over and over again. Unless you give them space and but the thing is, you're going to have to say it over and over and over again until they get it. Or maybe if they don't get it, maybe y'all just won't be friends anymore. Y'all just won't speak. It'll just be weird. Just be mean and stand on business the first time. You only have to do it one time. And I promise you won't have to do it again. And if you do have to do it again, call the cops because that's weird. Or call HR, whoever is in the department. Because if you have to repeat over and over again that, hey, I don't like this, that is like... that's alarming. That should be ringing some bells in your head. And if not, then like, I'm telling you now, you should not have to explain yourself to anyone, especially over explaining. We're not doing that anymore. It is 2026. It is time to level up. It is time to learn. It is time to build the life that you desire and not just sit in the life that people bring to you. No, we're not doing that anymore. If you're watching this page, we can't do that anymore. It won't work anymore. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for your health because you don't have any social skills. Your social skills down the drain. That's one thing I noticed. Once I stopped talking to people, like, I didn't want to talk no more. Like, my capacity to talk was, like, smaller. And, like, it just got smaller and smaller and smaller. It's just like you're in jail. Like, you're putting yourself in jail for free. Like, you ain't even do anything. So, please get yourself out of this imprisonment because this is something that I personally dealt with that I wish I had, like, had somebody to just plug it into my brain, but here I am, So if you're watching this, don't forget to like the video if you like this content. And then thank you guys so much for subscribing. I love all my subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, and then also, don't forget about my newsletter or snail mail, as they call it. To help you kind of become your best self and kind of work on yourself on a monthly basis. And it has a lot of fun things inside of it. The link is in my description. And I also have a QR code for you to scan on the community part to make it a lot easier. And all the information is there. So, yeah, what's the next one? Oh, you need a circle. You need a circle because you need a circle that is, like I said before my last one, but I will say it again. People that are higher than you. So, say it's somebody that you aspire to be in some way. Those type of people need to be in your life. And if you don't know how to do that, it's so many books out here that teach you how to be a great networker. Go to networking events, put yourself out there, learn some social skills, look it up on YouTube, like learn how to, and then one thing I will like tell you guys, and it also depends on the level of awareness that you are, but I will just say this. It is very important that you guys read books on human nature. And it's not about pointing the finger, it's just awareness. That's it. That's all those books are about, like the 48 Laws of Power, Seduction, all of those things. Like, I'm now realizing those are personal development books. Those aren't books to label anyone as good or bad. It is just literally how we were created as humans. And when you can look at it like that, nobody's pointing the finger anymore. But yeah, again, like I was saying before, you need a circle of people that, you know, somebody that has wisdom, somebody who's making as much money as you would like, or doing something that you would like to be doing. Have the body that you want, following bodybuilders or whatever it is that you're into with fitness, eating pages that are healthy eating, like all the different aspects. Like, for instance, me, like personal development, you would follow me. If you were interested in leveling up your life, you would subscribe to the newsletter that I have in my description, things like that. Because what that's going to do for you is to force you to get in alignment with your life and your path, and it'll show itself on its own if you do this. Because the people that you are around, they help you see your blind spots. Like, they help you see your blind spots, and I feel like that is the cheat code to life. Having people who can point out and see your blind spots, and then also being the person that is open to see the blind spot. So it's okay to, you know, subscribe to my newsletter, but if you're not doing the work to be able to see it, then, you know, your level of awareness isn't just there yet. But the thing is, I will say, don't burn it down, don't throw it away, don't, like, whatever you start, don't throw it away, don't burn it down, don't cancel it, don't. This is with anything. And I'm not saying it in like a hoarding type of way. I'm saying it in like a, I'll give you guys a story. So, for instance, I bought like some health and fitness stuff that I don't really use. I didn't use at the time, and I had stopped using it, and I kind of just like forgot about it and stuff like that. And like, you know, when you're like spring cleaning and stuff, you're like, I don't really need this anymore. Let me just get rid of it. Or I'm not working out at home anymore. I got a gym membership. Let me give this away or throw it away or whatever. Like, don't do that, because, and that's just one example. There's so many other ways that you could be doing this, but that's the example that I'm saying. But keep it, because as you move through life and as you do the work, you are becoming a different person. So your future self might actually need that information. It might need those tools. It might need all of these things. And that is something that I wish that I knew. Because when I tell you, I used to just burn everything down. I would find a video on something with a narcissist or whatever. I basically burned my whole entire family down. Not like literally, but like in a sense that, like, you know, I cut them off because I thought everybody was narcissist. It's just so unbalanced. Love her, but girl, what were we doing? Love her down, because she was very smart. But what are we doing? Yeah, because as I became a new person, and as I kept growing as a person and growing and growing, that framework didn't work anymore, and I ended up reconnecting back with my family. And then that separation, that gap, made them respect me, because if you read about human nature, when there is space, it gives room for love to grow. It gives room for people to miss you, because they're forced to think about all of the ways. And, you know, during holidays and all those different things, they are forced to feel your absence. And that holds so much power. So don't do what I did and do it for like 2 years, but do it, you know, a month or whatever. I don't know, but do it, you know, in a way that's like conducive for you. Don't OD like I did. It just don't do that, because you'll end up having some type of regret. Your future self will just be like, girl, what are we doing? So that's definitely something I also wish I knew. Oh my God, I learned so much. It is just, yeah. But yeah, that's definitely something that, like, if I could, you know, go back in time. I really don't want to go back in time. That was a lot of work. Nope. But if I had to, this is definitely what I would tell her, and pray that she listens. That is the main part. Praying that you listen to the work. But even then, even if I was to tell her, she could still be able to use this information later, regardless. And that's why I think journaling and writing your thoughts down and stuff is important, because you have something to look back to see where you're growing, or even reading when I read my old journals, it gives me new thoughts and new perspectives and new ideas, like, and that is very powerful. And you can pass that down to your children. Like, it is just so powerful and needed. And yeah, so don't forget to like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.